time of year, in the fall, there are so many different things that need to be done. Cutting things down is one of the tasks that you have to handle. However, not everything has to be cut down. If you're a neat and tidy person, go ahead, cut it all down, make it neat and tidy. But for most of us, you can be quite selective about what you take out of your garden. Because after all, if there are little seed heads, quite often this is what the birds will eat, and it's so nice to have them come and visit your garden in the winter.
Oh, right, okay.
So one of the plants that does have to be cut down, because it just becomes this disgusting, slimy, sluggy mess.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Well, it is our hosta.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Oh, and you have lots of hosta, don't you?
Lots of hosta. Generally, they will color first, and they really do make the fall garden look quite pretty. However, this year, our slugs are about the size of elephants, and we also had hail. So they're not nearly as pretty. So I am going through and I'm cutting them.
So all those holes, that slug damage and hail damage.
Hail.
My
It was a pretty rough year.
It was a hard summer.
And if you move along, you can even see how lacy those particular leaves look over there.
Oh yeah.
That's golden tiara, which generally isn't too badly bothered by slugs. But I mean, honestly, when the slugs are as big as they are, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We cut them right down to the ground.
Okay.
Not too much further backwards there, Helen. We almost lost our camera person. Okay, so I'm just going right to the base. And this hosta, and I love it, is called Hosta Pineapple Upside Down Cake. Oh. And I mean, the names are so ridiculous. At one point I thought I would arrange things according to carbohydrates and proteins. I think I've got octopus something.
GI right index, yeah.
So
I wonder who makes up these names.
Well, you know, and I think sometimes the better the name, the more apt we are to buy it.
To buy it. Oh, it's all about marketing, isn't it?
Oh,
most things are.
Absolutely. And this is a very, very good hosta. It's got just the most marvelous yellow leaves, and they're oh, poor things, but lovely and pointy. So really, really terrific when you put them sort of on the edge of the garden. They stand out all season. Anyway, so there you see it. It's just, I'm going to clip through, get all these. So
now you're cutting all of this right down to the bottom, and it's going to sleep over the winter, and then it's going to come up again next spring.
It will do. And
now this is, you know, I think this is interesting for our readers who are new at gardening, which I think is most of the folks that find their way to us, to know that, you know, some of these plants are very expensive when you're starting off your garden. Some of them can cost a lot of money, but it's maybe a good idea to sort of invest in ones that will come up again year after year, such as I mean, look at this poor thing. You would never know that. You'd think, well, that's a goner, wouldn't you? But no, it's going to come up again next year. So that means that's just money that you do not have to spend next year because it's already established.
Exactly, and that's the joy of perennials. And for those of you who are new to gardening, go for a little walk in your neighborhood. Now is a perfect time because everybody's out and about, and if you see something that looks especially pretty, go up, make friends with the gardener, find out what things are, and
get cuttings. My mother used to do that all the time.
Cuttings, and now's the time to divide. So if you look particularly sad and forlorn, perhaps they'll share across the garden gate with you.
Oh, good.